Right then, folks. Hello and good evening. I've got a bit of time free, so we'll do another chapter of Revelations 2. And hopefully it'll go better than episode 2, Claire. Which, if anyone caught the last stream, went absolutely horrible. So I am armed with some alcohol, some Stella Artois. So let us get going. Just sorting out some housekeeping. Oh no, I need to restart that because I've started on casual. Schoolboy error. I ran into some real difficulties with the boss of Chapter 2, Claire. So I'll just skip this. And then I will put it back up to normal. Just bear with me.
Previously on Revelations 2.
Clear Redfield, you're coming with us.
Where have I been taken?
So much suffering. You don't even know what to be afraid of yet.
Who are you?
I am the Overseer.
Please, send help!
I'm here, baby. Please be alive.
I don't have any friends. Over there.
How do you know? That's one thing they left out of the brief.
Episode 2, Contemplation.
Moira was trying to get to that tower when I was with her.
Listen, honey. I need you to take me there. Can you do that?
And so begins.
No. I don't believe it. There's no way she's...
And so begins Barry's merry trek across the island. I think this is one of the best chapters in the game, to be honest. I think the atmosphere, in particular, in this chapter is second to none. I think it's a real standout moment in the game, to be honest. So obviously we got in the Barry's episode 1 chapter that there's...
Moira drive you crazy?
No, Moira was nice.
She does have a good heart. I bet she saw a little of Polly in you. That's her sister. Where'd you get that bracelet?
I don't know. A woman used it to talk to us. I think. I'm not really sure anymore.
A woman? The overseer? I read the debrief about her little experiment.
So yeah, we got the revelation that Barry's scenario is set 6 months after Claire and Moira's, and Moira is apparently dead. So that's part of the TerraSave crew. Gotta try and keep an eye out for lava. I've still not.
Look,
I've still not actually unlocked any of the secret files yet on this. I seem to recall there's revenants around here. Which, just as a reminder to everybody, this is the first time I've played this in 4 years. I've not really played it through
come over there.
since its release.
Find some cover. I'll pick them off before they spot us.
There's something ahead. Be careful.
I don't find the stealth mechanics too bad, but obviously so much of it was lifted from The Last of Us, so they had a pretty good template to follow. But you know, for a first sort of proper jaunt into the series with stealth, I don't include the little bits you get in 5 and 6. Ooh. I seem to think, I might be wrong, but there's some sort of trophy or achievement if you do this area without detection. Ooh. I seem to recall there being way more than that. I'm good to go. Am I? Did I come this way?
This place is crawling with them. Be careful.
But what's this way, Natalia?
Damn it.
Ah,
Key.
that's it. Yeah, I remember. Natalia can also use the smokescreen bottle. Ooh. Hello, Black Sox. Yeah, I was just saying before, if you didn't catch it, I think this chapter is one of the best in the game. I think it's really quite exquisite, this one. I've been really impressed actually replaying this. I mean, I liked it the first time round a lot. And aside from my difficulties with that boss in Claire's episode 2, I think it's been absolutely superb revisiting it. Is there another one? I see. I'm going to assume that's it because I can't see any more. Hello, Ark Thompson. How art thou? I don't usually get a chance to do any streams this early, so it's actually quite a nice change. I actually have an evening left by the time I've done this one. Hopefully it'll go better than the Claire one. I seem to recall that there is a lava around here somewhere. I hope it was more amusing to watch than it was to play. I try and not let frustration get the better of me when I play games, but I think when you've got the pressure of knowing people are watching, you just don't want to consume like people's time any more than you need to, and yeah, it just kind of got a bit out of shape. You could just see the run deteriorating the more attempts it took. You know, you could see where I was just like rushing in just to try and get it done. Where is... Where is the lava? Maybe I'm completely wrong and there isn't any around here, but I seem to think there was. I believe he was there, yeah. I think he acknowledged it actually in the on the Discord or whatever. I'm actually off stream working through Revelations 1. Because I'm gonna, when I stream that for the first time, I'm gonna be doing it on Inferno. I've only ever finished the 3DS version on Hell mode, and that was bad enough. So it'll be quite amusing, I'm sure. I promise not to get nearly rage quitting. I'm mainly a PlayStation player. This is actually running through a PC, and it has obviously the XY prompts, and I struggle so much to get the Switch swapped YX controls out my head. So if you ever see me like drop items instead of passing them, that's why. Let's go.
Tower.
So we're coming up to a really cool dynamic here with invisible enemies. Just another one of those subtle mechanics that they introduced in this game, which works really well with the character swapping. I just wish this was co-op online, because it's so much more of a unique co-op experience than like the likes of 6 and to some extent 5. Although I think Resident Evil 5 is one of the best co-op games ever made, in all honesty.
something over there.
Well, that wasn't in the brief.
There's something over there. Don't you see it?
I'm not even sure you're seeing it, Natalia. So Nick's Neptune from the podcast has got very attached to calling Natalia, not Lucia, because she has abilities very similar to Lucia from Resident Evil Gaiden. As anyone who's been following the Facebook or the Twitter lately will know, Nick's been putting a lot of time into Resident Evil Gaiden lately, and he has actually finished his episodes, so check them out on YouTube.
The vision's getting kind
Barry, there's something right there.
I don't know what you're seeing, but point me at it.
It's getting closer. You hit it. Keep going.
Such a cool mechanic. I really, really like this. I think it's so unique.
Monsters. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
And because they managed to work it into like the mechanics of the partner swap, as opposed to like seeing the Farah fellows with the Genesis scanner, it's just so much more fun.
There's something ahead. Be careful.
Oh, come on, can I surely pick that up? That's really annoying. I need to find another brick because I got a lava there. But it won't let me pick that one up. Just, yeah, this section's really cool. The fishing village is just such a wonderful... It's just a really, really wonderful location. And we're gonna, after this, we're going to get on to one of my favourite sections in the entire game. This atmosphere, the atmosphere for this chapter for Barry, it's just literally dripping with sort of tension and atmosphere. Right, let's try and get this thing. Yay.
The monster isn't coming.
Ooh.
It's getting closer. It's getting closer.
I mean, you know, one thing, because of I only really sort of played this sort of intensely back when it first came out in 2015, and one thing I've never done is actually tried the invisible enemy mode. So you guys will have to let me know how that goes, because yeah, it's just something I've never bothered trying. I've never tried the time attacks in Claire's campaign either. Pedro. So obviously, because I didn't kill Pedro in Claire's game, I've got it all to do very shortly. Oh, I got completely turned around there. I don't know where I was going. I thought I did that one on Claire's. Right, let's go.
Need your help.
I don't have. I can't get the analog triggers to work on the PlayStation 3 controller. I've got plugged into the PC at the minute, which is why I'm having to sort of tap, which is annoying. And that's why things like that happen. So just bear with me, please. Oh man. Oh. It moved. Where's the bug?
Came this way once.
Moira might have been here too.
So you sometimes know when there's a bug in an area where you know there's not going to be any enemies, but for some reason the game gives you a brick. And I probably missed it. Oh. Man, the atmosphere is so good. Oh, I forgot it rains as well.
Rain. Are you gonna be warm enough?
I'll be alright.
So where are your mom and dad?
They died. In Terra Grigia.
You were there when the city went down? I'm sorry. None of this could have been easy. You're a tough girl.
Thanks.
It's on people like me to protect people like you from bioterrorists. We shouldn't have let you down. So where'd you go?
Terra Safe put me in a home. A facility.
I'm sorry, Natalia. I won't ask any more questions.
It's just such a unique setting. I sometimes wish we could have explored Raccoon in the daylight a little bit more.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Can we go?
Ooh. Oh, damn.
Nice of them to wait for us.
Which leg is that? Right leg. Oh, man. And head. I'm sorry if I'm taking this at a very sort of lethargic, slow paced. You know, my memory is hazy of like enemy positions and things like that. So it's almost, you know, in many ways it's like a new experience.
Be careful.
Oh, what? I thought I was a bit unlucky there. Oh one of these bloody things is hidden behind there, of course. Yes. Oh. Ooh. Where's the other one I can hear? Oh, up there. Okay. Well, I don't remember this little encounter. I'm going to need disinfectant. I always never have the bloody status removal gear. Oh, this is where it all starts to go wrong, guys. Oh, man. Why didn't I make any disinfectants? Already full. Yeah, I know. Where is that bloody thing? Let's regroup. Yeah, so not a bad room. One room has removed me of half my healing already. Let's... Ah. Let's look at the atmosphere, guys. It's just ace. I need a brick. Come on, game, be kind. Where can I get a brick from? Thank you. Yeah. Definitely missed an opportunity to put some Resident Evil 6 playground shenanigans in here. Who wouldn't want to see Barry going down a little slide? Oh. Still not doing too great with ammo, really. I've had, you know, no real decent pickups of anything other than, you know, handgun ammo. So I really hope Pedro's not going to be difficult. Whoa! That was too close. it is a knockoff in so many ways, isn't it? But it's done well enough. And I suppose, you know, you could argue that in many ways it's just you know, Last of Us owes so much to Resident Evil that it's just kind of a nice little exchange. I mean, it's even just down to like all the combining of items and that to give, you know, to give different, depending on what you combine items with, it can, you know, you can do different things. If you want more healing, then you know, you make healing items, that kind of thing. The stealth mechanics just more or less identical. One of my annoying bugbears in games is when you get rain that actually goes through surfaces. It's just a little bit immersion breaking. I know it's a nitpick, but it's just one of those things. Yeah, I think they did aside from that really cool live action trailer, which is that long, you know, tracking shot, I think the actual, you know, gameplay trailers mismarketed this game a little bit because they made it look like this ultra violent torture prison set game, and it's only really once you get past that first chapter and the game opens up, it's something completely different to what those early trailers showed. And I'm so pleased, because I don't think I was really in the mood for a full game set in a prison with torture traps everywhere and things like that. So I was so relieved when episode 2 came out. Not that I didn't enjoy episode 1, but you know, definitely felt it really got into its stride with this chapter. Okay, boss time.
This is where I met Lena.
Good. Let's pick up the pace.
And a brick. I don't know whether they'll do Revelations 3. I mean, but then again, no one really expected them to do this, so you know, who knows? I would really enjoy it. I think the Revelations games, although I don't like the first Revelations as much as some people do, I still think it's a fine game, and they are for the most part pleasant surprises. I mean, this really did surprise me. This game did not expect to like it anywhere near as much as I did. Mr. Spencer, hello there. And now I'm about halfway through. I would say there's not much left of this, but we do have the phenomenal ending to this chapter coming up. This just gave us resolution, kind of, to a storyline I never ever thought they would revisit. Once Alex Wesker wasn't part of Resident Evil 6, I thought that was just going to be another frustrating plot point they never get back to. So the fact that they did, you know, make a game to deal with it, it's just frustrating they put on the little bolted-on ending with Natalia, unfortunately. Because otherwise it would have essentially been perfect closure. Yeah, Moira really is. again, that's something else that I feel the trailer completely misrepresented her. She just looked like a foul-mouthed, woefully uninteresting character, and it's it's only with the full game and you see how good she is with Natalia in Claire's second chapter. It really picks up. They certainly do, Ploppy, yeah. Nearly all of them, I would actually argue.
Harry, there's something over there.
Where are you, Bazza? How the hell do I get up? Not that way. I've missed a door, I think. We were too keen, Natalia. Excellent. A fine time too, with the remasters of 3, 4 and 5 on the way. Well, 4 and 5, but the retail version I meant in January, February. I have, yep. I get day one collection, day one edition pre-ordered. The chance to finally own Yakuza 5 physically is too good to pass up. And it's not that expensive as well. I think Shop 2 have it for like £42 at the minute, which for three games of that size is pretty decent value.
It's getting closer. There,
I was just sort of going in with trepidation, Ploppy. I don't know what. It's clearly it's going to be some sort of 4v1 game, and at the same time, I've been bludgeoned around the head enough by not expecting too much that if it is when Operation Raccoon City came out, I was not happy about the concept of a non-canon multiplayer game. I was very vocal about it at the time, but to be honest, enough years have been passed, and we sort of come to expect this kind of thing now, that if it is a non-canon 4v1, you know what, so be it. If it plays well enough, I'll enjoy it. And if it doesn't impact the storyline, then that doesn't bother me too much anymore, because it'd be nice to not overcomplicate the storyline any more than it needs to. Something like the remake coming along has already muddied the waters enough. Oh. Where? Excellent. Have you played it before? Because if you haven't, what a treat you're in for. Hopefully you'll do better than I did with Claire last stream. And speaking of boss fights, here's another one. God, here we go. I may as well apologise in advance. I'm sure this is not going to go well.
Wait. Well, that's one hell of a parking job.
Yeah, the atmosphere to this is truly wonderful. Oh, see, I've done it again. Is that the Shop 2 deal that I linked? Yeah, I would grab it for that. If I didn't have it, it's you know, essentially a £5 each for two of, well, I mean zeros. You take it or leave it, but the remake certainly is worth that. Here we go.
Natalia, get back! So this is what
Oh man, the dodging. Ooh. Oh man. The setting's quite good for this fight though, it's quite unique. To actually battle someone through a building. Get out the way, Natalia. That went a little bit. This better be on normal. I hope that's not casual because that seemed far too easy.
Well, this should give us a whole lot more options.
Yeah, if if you kill him in Claire's game, he doesn't appear here, and Barry just goes through this section. I don't think there's any enemies or anything. You just literally pass through. I did give it a brief go to try and kill him on Claire's campaign, and it didn't go well, so I just abandoned it really quickly. Oh, that's cool. Do you actually know if he goes by his proper name in this? Because I know a lot of voice actors use pseudonyms for this game for some reason. It's something to do with voice actor unions and things like that. I mean, I still don't think, as much as everybody believes Claire in this is Ali Hillis, that's still never been confirmed, and she did actually outrightly deny it on Twitter when she was asked if it was her. He does a very good job of mimicking RE1 Barry, not remake Barry. And this is pretty much where we bring it to a close. Now, anybody who managed to stay spoiler free when the game first came out, because like I've said in previous streams, if you downloaded the digital deluxe edition and got the art book, well, the art book, I don't know whether it was data mined or whatever, but it actually revealed who the Overseer was early.
The nice guy came and got me.
Nice guy?
The one from Terra State who rescued me. I wonder if Moira made it to the tower.
She made it. Come on. Let's see what we can find.
Yeah, so Alex Wesker's identity was revealed. Unfortunately, around the time episode 1 came out. But if you did keep spoiler free, if you did behave, then you got a really nice reveal here. And this sequence is absolutely standout. It's atmospherically wonderful and so creepy. So let's get into it. Very Resident Evil 7 in many ways coming up.
This place has changed.
Yeah. Pretty creepy, huh?
Of course, the music kicks in here. And again, the game has given me a... has the game given me a brick somewhere around here? Yeah, she's holding it, which means there must be a lava around. I'll play it as Barry so you can actually see, but here we go. This is so good. It's just so creepy. I think she's a little bit pissed, yeah. So here's the first drop of T-Phobos, which was like, ah, that's cool. There's your Resident Evil 5 connection straight away. Yeah, this game is very generous with its dates. And then, if you didn't know who this was by now, then it's still a great reveal even then. But most people got it from this. I think the way it works, Ploppy, is that the digitizing of the consciousness only creates a copy. It's not like a transference as such. Alex's plan was to shoot herself through the head would only leave one Alex, which is the version that would exist in Natalia. But because it went wrong and because the virus triggered, because she was scared at the moments before her suicide, obviously the virus triggered and it keeps her alive, which in a sense gives you two Alexes. I don't think she's existing in two bodies at once. The version in Natalia is a copy of that point in time when the transference was made, like a duplicate, not a replacement. And that's the reason why she kills herself. So there is only one, or should be only one, but obviously it doesn't work. I don't think she likes Spencer very much. I knew there was one up here. Oh, God, am I going? Oh, I knew I'd miss it. That's probably why. That's why they give you so many.
Simon's bug.
Hey. This is just. I remember actually being the first time I played this. I remember thinking this is actually quite scary. Like this is the first time in years in a Resident Evil game I've actually felt quite unnerved at playing a section. The lava with the tower emblems that you have to shoot and the Kafka drawings you have to find as Moira unlock the secret files, which actually give you the best lore editions and things like that. I've got like letters from Jill. And here we go.
Wesker.
She's so scary. I can't stand her.
Who? The woman here with Wesker?
That is Wesker. Alex Wesker.
2 Weskers? You gotta be shitting me.
So you finally came. I knew you would.
To be continued.
Next time on Revelations 2.
Wait. This is Moira's.
No. No sign of her.
Of course this factory had to be a fucked up factory.
She's responsible for the experiment 6 months ago.
It's got all our names on it.
I'll crush you.
Where did we go wrong?
Where's Moira?
It didn't go too bad actually this time, did it? Next episode, Judgment. The American spelling of Judgment. So I will leave it there then, guys. I'm only just going to do one episode at a time. That went really, really well. That chapter is brilliant. The next one for Claire's is equally brilliant. In fact, the game from this point on, well, to be honest, from episode 2 onwards, I think the game is really, really excellent. So I look forward to doing Claire, get to a real tyrant battle, and a Tifo boss tyrant. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Nice to do an earlier one for a change, and I will put out on Twitter next time. I don't know when. It won't be tomorrow. I think Nick's going to do more Resident Evil 0 tomorrow, so that'll be amusing because I think we're going into the sort of church and the lab. We'll see how he does with the Bat Boss. So yeah, look at some point during the week, maybe you know, like Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. So thank you very much again, and I will see you all very soon. Bye bye.